I just finished 12th grade and a whole bunch of entrance exams. So I'm starting this channel to document everything that I learned about productivity, studying, and how I actually want to build my life for myself. If you're in 11th and 12th grade right now, here is the stuff that I wish someone had told me before I started JEE. I'll be very honest with you. I guess only half of the points are applicable to only engineering exams like JEE, CET, etc. But I think a few points apply to all the 11th and 12th graders out there preparing for any stream. Hi, my name is Cherry. Well, my real name is Ananya, but my nickname is Cherry. So, yeah. So, the first thing that I wish people had, maybe even if not told me, kind of hinted me about is that JEE is rigged, okay, and so is like most of the competitive exams out there. The reason I'm saying this is because there are literally people who are preparing from 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. Like, that's a huge head start, okay? Even if they are not just doing like the syllabus of JEE, their mindset is being tuned in that manner. And I realized that after I entered like the preparation phase, I didn't know anything much before that. So I feel like, there are Olympiad champions who are literally like they're preparing from 6th grade. So it is quite intimidating and daunting, especially if you have just given 10th grade and you're really happy with your marks. Like, that was my case. I finished 10th grade and I was pretty happy with my percentage, and I think that led me for a while to have confidence in myself. But then after that, I just started doubting myself and whether I could actually do this or not. I think for people going through that, I would just suggest focus on yourself. I know it's really hard, especially because people around you are saying so many different things. But I think focus on yourself and just keep working hard. That will definitely make you reach somewhere in life. Talking in specific about the mistakes that I made, well, there were many, to be honest. The first one being that I had an excess of resources. Like, I know most students have an excess of resources. There are so many books that you can actually purchase, like R.D. Sharma, Black Book, Oswal for PYQs, or H.C. Verma. And that's what I did. Like, I overwhelmed myself with resources in the beginning of 11th grade. My coaching sirs were saying it, my friends were saying it, my family, even my parents. Like, I'm sure they didn't know much about JEE, but they just wanted me to solve as many questions as I can, and that is correct. But what I suggest is, if you've taken up any coaching institute like stuff, you should go for the modules first. I know this is said like a lot, but I want to overemphasize on how additional resources can actually do you more harm than good. Because by middle of 11th, I had gotten really underconfident because मेरे like कोई भी reference books मैंने नहीं छुए थे, मॉड्यूल भी थोड़े हो रहे थे क्योंकि मैं ट्राई कर रही थी सब कुछ करने का. सो डोंट ट्राई टू compromise on your modules just so that you can do it from some other book. After everything is done, if you get time, then you can purchase something and maybe try to do it alongside. My second tip is probably you should read the textbook before you solve PYQs. No, sorry, that was the myth. The tip is read the textbook after you solve PYQs. That's what I did, and honestly it worked so well for me because I realized after reading the first 2 chapters from NCERT that it was taking me 2 hours or 3 hours, and like I think for the first atomic structure or something I took 5 hours to finish that from the textbook. So what I would suggest is go through the PYQs. Like, if you have a list of it somewhere, maybe just read through it and see, like, note down which chapter, like which subtopic is important, or like, what they're asking questions from more, and based on that then read the textbook, because now you're more familiar with what's important and what's not, so you can go much quicker that way. That's my personal experience. Okay, this third thing is something that I think everyone does. It's about the phone. So I wasted a lot of time personally on the phone, which I think I could have used somewhere. But if you have app limits set, and if you have a good control over like how much you watch and what you watch in the day, I think it's good. But for me personally, I feel I should have purchased, those small like dabba phones which can only call. But this is very subjective, so I will not like overemphasize on this, because everyone can do what they feel comfortable with regarding this. So this next one is not essentially a mistake that I made, but it is a tip for people who are studying right now. Y'all should definitely like make formula books for three like separate subjects: physics, chemistry, and math. And if you have any other subject which includes formula, make a separate book for that as well. The reason I'm saying this is because like you can even make one for 11th and one for 12th, like separate it like that. But these really help you in the long run. Please do not rely on online mind maps or things that like other people prepare and make for you. Although you can refer to them, I'm not saying you shouldn't refer to them, because sometimes what they give is very helpful. Like I used to refer to one page for tips and tricks, and that really changed the game for me. But I think when you write it down in your own formula book, then you'll remember it much better. So that was my strategy on making like formula books, and that I think helped me a lot. So just to give you guys like a rough idea, this is how I like maintain my formula book, and it's not supposed to be aesthetic, but yeah, like it just worked for me. Like whatever I did, it worked for me. And yeah, like this was what I basically wrote. You can see I boxed like really important formula and stuff. So if like I'll probably like put a link of a PDF in the description, just sharing maybe one of my chapter of physics, just so that y'all can get a reference of what to write and how to write. But it's totally up to y'all. Like y'all can do whatever y'all feel comfortable. The mistake I made was a very common one: not making a separate notebook for organic chemistry. This was emphasized a lot by everyone, but I don't know, like I did not follow it until a very later stage. Like in fact after JE, no, not after JE, like I think after my board exams were done and the JE second attempt was going to come, that is when I started like making separate organic chemistry notes. But that really helped me, because I think again, the more you write, the more you're gonna remember. So I wrote down the reactions from NCERT and basically like just read the textbook, wrote down important stuff. So please don't underestimate the power of writing reactions. Step is very specifically for PCM students. Practice maths every single day. Like for me, maths was probably my I wouldn't say weakest. Well, it was my weakest because I used to get the least marks in maths. But it was hard for me. It was just hard for me. And I used to neglect it like a lot. I used to not solve it. And I think that is what eventually led to me being like a bit lost in maths. So I remember in the beginning of 11th grade, like I checked out some YouTube videos, and all the sirs and everybody who I saw was saying maths is so hard of JE, maths is the toughest, maths is complex, and you can't solve many questions of maths in the actual paper. So I just felt like, what is the use of doing something that won't benefit you? And that is a very wrong strategy. You have to give all three subjects equal amount of time, otherwise one of them will lead to your downfall eventually. So yeah, do practice maths every day, a lot of time, like maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours, whatever suits you. So yeah, that's probably it for this video. मुझे पता है कि मैंने जितने मिस्टेक्स किए हैं 11th-12th में, वो ये टाइम फ्रेम में बताना इम्पॉसिबल है, बट आई ट्राई माई बेस्ट, लाइक आई ट्राई टू सम इट अप. सो या, तो आई होप आप लोगों ने ये वीडियो से कुछ सीखा हो, और प्लीज़ जो मिस्टेक्स मैंने किए थे वो मत करना. एंड या, हैप्पी स्टडिंग. Bye.